Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Blessed Love to all Jamaicans, wherever you are in the world. And not just Jamaicans alone, but to every well thinking person, doesn't matter your class, color, race, creed, sexual orientation, or whoever you are. But to everyone, this morning I want to say blessed love to you all. And especially a special shout out to the people who figure there's no one out there voicing for them. There are people across the world who are really voicing your concerns. They may not be talking about you by name and communities and individuals because it's too many to mention. But as far as the baseline reason and the baseline facts of existentialism, of you surviving, of you having a good quality of life or living a decent quality of life is concerned, I want to say a shout out to you and don't give up, because there are people out there like myself who are voicing out for you people in a real and meaningful way. I want to say this though, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand why when a person speaks of a politician or of a political party, you'll find some other person or other people to compare what you say about politician X with that of politician Y. Well, for those who does that, you can continue to do what you're doing. I don't reason like that, and I'll never discuss politics from that perspective with anyone. If I'm talking about ex-politician, then I'm talking about ex-politician and what he did. When I'm talking about politician Y, I'm speaking about politician Y and what he or she did. I can see how I'm going to compare politician X to politician Y behavior. Why I should do it. I compare politicians Y to politicians X behavior, especially when they're opposing politicians, adversaries, one PMP, one JLP, or one whatever. I say all of that, ladies and gentlemen, because I made a video a couple of days ago about the nonsense coming out of the Minister of National Security, Horace Chang. And I know he misled. In that video, I stated that he misled the people of Jamaica. But I can say clearly now, Mr. National Security Minister, that you lied to the people of Jamaica. You did not misled them. You lied to the people of Jamaica. When you bragged in your sectorial debate, when you boast about this whole peace dividend that communities across Jamaica are reaping as a result of the reduction of crime, a peace dividend that brings social and economic development to communities, safer streets, safer communities, stronger family ties, advanced opportunities for youths in communities, and an overall improved quality of life. No, Mr. Chang, that was all a lie, and you know it. Mr. Prime Minister, you know it, but you have the power to correct Dr. Chang's lie. But I'll get back to you finally, Mr. Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, I raise it again because I know some people don't like to hear you repeating the same thing over and over again, but I have to raise it again because here's the thing. Quite recently, the information coming out of Jamaica is that there's an uptick of crimes, murders, shootings, and other robberies in 7 parishes across Jamaica. An uptick of various crimes in 7 parishes across Jamaica. That is 50% of Jamaica. Now this information came on the back of what the Minister of National Security said, that communities in Jamaica is all reaping what is called a peace dividend as a result of the reduction of crime. Now, what that tells me, if there's an uptick in 50% of Jamaica, all that has happened is that the criminals themselves just retune their MO. They moved geographically from certain hotspots and is now operated in some softer spots that were not in the spotlight. And I say that because I want to draw Mandeville as an example. Now, coming out of Mandeville also in the report, in the news report, is that, well, it is clear that from last year, from about mid-year last year, a number of shooting has taken place in the Mandeville town in broad daylight. Broad daylight. People not doing anything at nights again. In broad daylight. But things is getting worse. The citizens recognize it. The Minister of National Security does not. The government does not. But the citizens realize that things are getting worse. Because they're the ones who are suffering from the fear of the crime. Not the Minister of National Security, not the government, not the Prime Minister, not the police. The citizens are suffering from the crime, from the fear of the crime of the. So they're the ones who realize it's getting, worse by the minute, or by the day, or by the week. The last incident that took place on the stand was a shootout between police and gunmen, a running gun battle where people was running all over the place, running for shelter, skeltering for shelter, and all sort of whatever. I listened to 3 interviewees. One gentleman who actually witnessed the shooting said when he heard the shooting, he said to himself, "No, brother, this is not easy. I got to get myself away from this." So many gunshots. He has to get away. Because people were running. So he started to run behind the women who were all running in different directions. I don't know which one of the women he was following or which group of women he was following. But he said he ran behind the women to get for cover, but the women were all running in all directions. Also, another lady speak about the seriousness of this kind of crime and this kind of activity in the town of Mandeville because it impacts work negatively and cause stress, and it's a financial cost to the people who has to work and to employment and all of these things. And you're absolutely right, madam. You're very absolutely right. These kind of things when happens in these places, I mean, the unseen cost is what nobody recognizes. What we call, from my perspective, the unseen victim, the silent victim to all of this crime, is overlooked in all of this. Because I don't think even the police can even point out to you the silent victim of these kind of shooting incidents. They don't know it. So I won't blame them because a lot of them won't know better than that. Don't know better. There's also a pastor who made it clear that not even the church today is spared from these types of crime, shooting and murders and all of that. Not even the church. Which clearly tells us that the gunmen have made it clear that they don't care where they have to go to find you. If they know you're there and they find you, they're coming for you. There's nothing you can do to get away from it because they're coming for you. But the most important person that they interviewed in all of that was a gentleman. I don't remember his name or if he gave his name. But I know he stated that he had all the confidence in the police to do their job. Because the police, he knows they are given the resources, all the resources to do their job, and he's certain that the police will get on top of it. I don't know what crime you're talking about, sir, because fighting crime is not a one incident thing. The police may get on top of that incident, that one incident, but fighting crime is a different and broader thing than what you are speaking or trying to address. You made mention of police having all the resources, financial resource, equipment, IT, everything to fight the crime, and you know they'll get on top of it. But let me just say something here for you, sir. That if you speak to any sociologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, criminologists, victimologists, speak to all of these experts. People who are expert on punishment, especially it relates to crimes and criminal, and they will tell you the police is not able to arrest their way out of crime, and police is never going to be able to shoot their way out or any country out of crime, sir. The thing you missed, sir, you made a statement which is an half-hearted attempt at having a real serious impact on crime. Fighting crime is not about today. Fighting crime must be twofold, present and future. For today and tomorrow. You cannot fight crime for today and leave it open for tomorrow. And to you, Mr. Gentleman, I'd like you to stretch your imagination a bit on this, and follow me if you're watching this video. Anyone bring this video to your notice, follow me to the end. And as I'm saying that, I'm going to ask anyone who get to this point in the video, please like it, share it, touch the notification bell. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to it. It is important. We need to grow it. And we want to grow it. We can't grow it without your help. But as I'm speaking to the gentleman directly, sir, I want you to understand that anything, no matter what resources the police is given, any crime plan or strategy put in place or policy put in place to fight crime must be as broad-based as the community of Jamaica. Meaning, business sector, all private sector entity must be involved. All public sector entity must be involved. It cannot be a burden on the police alone. Because the fear of crime is stressing the people of the country. As the lady suggests, is driving fear into them. Imagine what this level of consistently fighting crime by the police will do to them in the long run. Mentally. What it will do to them in the long run. And most importantly, sir, you need to recommend to your Prime Minister and your Minister of National Security that there's no point fighting crime today, and there's nothing in place for the 10-year-olds and the 16-year-olds of the future that is coming up behind them. There's got to be a plan for them to divert their minds, divert them from getting exposed to violence, crime, and gangs. There's got to be something in place for that. If there's nothing, there's no institution in place for that. Not only, sir, will the government have to provide the resources to police to fight crime today, but they will have to provide resources to fight crime forever at this level, and maybe worse in time to come. And to you, Mr. National Security, you spoke about the reduction in murder rates, and that is absolutely a remarkable achievement. But how is the reduction in the fear of crime? Do you think under your ministry you have achieved anything in regard to the fear of crime across communities of Jamaica? Wake up, Mr. National Security. I just want to give a shout out to the Prime Minister because, listen, sir, I've said that your government is in chaos and your government is in a race to the bottom, and I really mean that. Because what I noticed, sir, is that the momentum you guys have coming into the last year, into the campaign, and up to 3 months after you have won the election, the government, your government, had lost that momentum. Have lost it completely. Now all kind of feel-good stories been thrown out there to impress this nation, to impress the people, Mr. Prime Minister. Your Minister of National Security lied to the people of Jamaica about this peace dividend. You, sir, have the opportunity to not only make that what Mr. Chang made it out to be an illusion to be pursued but never attained. You now, sir, can make that a reality, achievable. You can do it, Mr. Prime Minister. And you have to carefully look at the level and type of policing that is unleashed upon society. As I've said, sir, crime fighting has to be twofold. One, that's involved today and is planned in place for tomorrow. There's no point in shooting and arresting today's criminal. And the 10-year-old to 16-year-old is right behind them, 2 steps behind them, are coming up ready to take over from them. What do you do from there, Mr. Prime Minister? Are you going to call on divine intervention? Are you going to call on Hobia? What are you going to do then? There's something I noticed, Mr. Prime Minister. I don't remember who brought it up, but I think it was a councillor or some representative in Westmoreland, or some concerned social worker in Westmoreland, brought up this issue a couple of years, I think about 2-3 years ago. And I want to add something to what that person said, because I worked in the United States in New York for roughly about 10 years as a crime victims specialist for 10 years. Crime victim specialist. So I go to the 103 and I go to the 113 police precinct to get my intake of all the crime victims that we need to work with. And I would advise you, Mr. Prime Minister, put a think tank together and look into this crime victims program. Very, very influential, very, very important tool in your crime fighting policy plan or toolkit. Very important. It has tremendous value, not only to your crime fighting plans, but how it shapes police strategy and police action, and the trust and confidence it builds with the very community that your Minister of National Security is lying about. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, please like, share, subscribe if you have not subscribed. We want to grow this channel. We cannot grow it without you. I want to say thanks to that article that came out recently about the Jamaica crime situation. And it is evident, Mr. Prime Minister, that having lost the momentum, so for your momentum and your government's momentum so far, you guys are throwing anything and everything at the wall and hope something sticks. And all that you're saying, sir, is just pulling the wool over people's eyes. But I'm sure you have the potential to do it. I can't speak of the PMP. I'm sure you have the potential to do it because the Jamaica Labour Party is the government of the day. So it is you and your party that will have to face the fire. And to all the supporters of Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party alike, I'm going to say this once again. And I'm appealing to you guys, if you really love your party and you want to see your party do better, do not be afraid to critique your party. Because if you are afraid to critique the party that you registered to support, then you're really not a supporter of the party. You're not a supporter. And that goes for PMP supporters, JLP supporters alike on both sides of the political fence. Please, raise your voice against a party. Make them better, make them stronger. Let them feel your support. I'm here to support you, so I need you to pull up your socks. I need you to be better. I need you to be this. We need you to fulfill your promise on the campaign trail. Whatever promise you make, we need you to fulfill your promise as best as you can. And we need you to talk to us. Talk to us. Let us know what you can do. Because sometimes you will be frightened to know what we citizens will be satisfied for. Because these grandiose plans you have, we may be satisfied for something far smaller than what you're planning, and take it step by step to where you want to take it. So don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to your politicians. Critique them as much as you can. Jamaica all over, welcome once again. We all need a better quality of life for the voice and the voiceless. So let us come together to create a better understanding for each other by watching what our politicians do and what they say. Blessed love to all Jamaicans. This is the Watch What They Do at Lenny Robbins 92 YouTube channel. Thank you for your subscription. Welcome for new subscribers. Leave a comment and share this video. Blessed love Jamaicans all over the world.